and welcome to Queers and Soaps. I'm Eric, joined once again by
Angel, hi.
Derek, hello.
for more One Life to Live, March 18th to the 26th, 1986. I'm sure there's some cut things that we saw. Tommy, roll the credits and we'll chat. All right, so thank you to our Patreon subscribers. We want to give you an option to comment below and let us know what you would like to live watch, or not live watch, but watch and comment on. I was thinking maybe Vicky and Clint's wedding. Derek's thinking Tina over the falls. Is there anything that you're interested in seeing us watch on our Patreon only, exclusively, where there's plenty other things for you to watch over there if you
Mhm.
subscribe? So please do. And thank you to our regular subscribers, of course. I think we're up to 614, and we appreciate every one of you, and we love you all. So please comment. Let us know things.
Mhm.
All right, this was a fabulous week as Derek
Mhm.
and Angel were both messaging me about because I did not watch it yet, and I'm like, so now I finally watched it. And it was amazing. And
Mhm.
Tracy is my number one favorite villain ever,
Yeah.
even though she's only been on for maybe a year or less. I don't really know her
Mhm.
situation
hmm
because we did not see her beginnings. But I kind of want to go back and find her and see her from the beginning
hmm
because she's just fascinating to watch for some reason. Boggles my mind that she did not do that much acting, or
I'm
Mhm.
maybe
surprised
she
they
did
didn't keep
theater
her because she
back
was
then.
that good. They didn't try to like redeem her or keep her. She was that good.
Right.
Mhm.
But maybe she only did it for school because you said that I think is she psychologist, you said, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
The actress. So maybe she just did it for money to get through school, which is crazy because she's so good. I feel like she should have I think I want to say Marcia Cross has a degree in psychology as well.
hmm
And she still acts and does that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So why can't you, lady? From
Mhm.
1986. But anyway. So it starts out, Vicky's friend Wanda's around giving her flowers. Vicky's still acting like she's Nikki to catch Tracy, who she's kind of on to at this
Mhm.
point. Tracy and Mimi and Delilah talk. Delilah's annoying. I don't know if you were annoyed by her for the little time she was on,
Not
but
really.
when she later on she got on my nerves.
hmm
Um, so they talk about Larry, where he's at. He hasn't been around. Cassie comes by. Connie and Joy talk about Pete. We had a lot more Connie this time, which was nice.
Yeah. We never
Like,
see
all
Me
her.
right,
too.
we never see her. So I guess whoever this person was that recorded it liked Connie, or the guy that returned.
hmm
Um,
Brad
so
Vernon
Cassie,
or whoever
yeah,
gone by now.
yeah. Cassie tells the girls about Tracy's aunt's letter, and they start kind of putting the pieces together.
Mhm.
As Derek had said on our text, like he said that it was very choppy, like the way it was like recorded, so we missed some things. There was whatever,
I
and
just
there
wanted
was
to see
like
the whole thing. So, like,
I
Yeah.
know, I
Me too.
same. I would have loved to have seen all this stuff. Um, Asa pushes Vicky's doc to let her out. That new
Mhm.
woman doctor that sucks. He says he'll pay for the new wing if he lets her out and all this stuff. She ain't budging. Vicky
Mhm.
tells Rafe. Vicky tells Rafe that Tracy's the killer. Vicky wants a tape recorder to catch Tracy, which was pretty amusing. What it does
Mhm.
later.
hmm
Um, Claire Baxter. Is it Claire? What is that cop's name? Betty? Claire? I lost track.
I think it's
That undercover
Claire.
cop.
I think it was
Is it
Claire.
Claire?
I think
Yeah, I
so.
think it was Claire.
All right. So I got it right the first time. Yeah, because I put Betty in parentheses and I don't know why. I'm like naming her many different things.
She doesn't
So
look
cop
ugly
lady.
though.
Um, so Claire backs her up. Dr. Spender. Who's Dr. Spender again? I forget. Tells Asa no. I guess that's the clinic guy.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Um,
not the one that Ace that we just talked about. That Asa was gonna say, "Oh, bring the wing. I'll build a wing or
oh
something."
yeah, yeah, that is Doctor's, but you're
Mhm.
right, you're right. I must have made note of it after the fact because he must have said her name. Um, Mimi breaks into Tracy's and finds Larry.
Hmm.
I thought that was kind of cool and
Yeah,
fast, but again, we didn't see it like
Then got cut
unfold.
out. Yeah.
Yeah. Dorian visits Clint. I must say, she has good chemistry with him as well
she
as Vicky.
does.
I like them in scenes together. She says she'll do anything to help him. She still seems to think that Vicky is Nikki. He doesn't tell her what Vicky is doing. I guess, the less people that know, the better.
Hmm.
And everybody's in danger that does find out, as Tracy kills everybody that finds out.
Hmm.
Because she
Mhm.
has to. She just has to. Um, Tracy gets home. They are they hear the dog, Mimi and Delilah. Oh no, Mimi and Larry, right?
Hmm.
Hear the dog and they hear Tracy. And I guess something cut out because I think the next thing you know it, they're like trapped
Hmm.
together.
Yeah.
Um, Captain Hall, Ed, visits Clint. Um, he says the case is still open, that he'll kill Dr. Polk and he can help it, whatever. Clint's
Hmm.
like, get Vicky out as soon as you can. We know this is going on. He's like, listen,
Hmm.
there's red tape. There's things that have to happen. You can't just get somebody out. Like,
Hmm.
whatever.
Yeah.
Um, who's Bart? Bart and somebody are out.
Or it's Lisa's dad, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
What's that girl's name that she's with?
Stella,
She's with Stella. So she's
the
still around.
the hooker.
They,
Yeah, that he's in love
yeah, I
with.
know that they must have cut them out because I feel like
Yeah.
this might be their only scene, which kind of sucks
Mhm.
because I was really interested
And I
in
think
that part.
Stella's also a friend of Lisa's, which is interesting.
Is she a friend? Because I thought they had like a
Or they had,
little because Stella wanted Bobby.
or they used to be friends, maybe. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
they might have used to be
Yeah,
friends, but
yeah.
now they're a mess. And she's basically she wants more of him, and he's like, I can't divorce my wife because it'll cause a scandal and blah blah blah. She wants to be more than a side piece, as every hooker does.
Yeah.
Um, she's got it good, right? Delilah calls Tracy and asks for Mimi. Tracy busted Mimi and Larry and locked them in and said she's going to kill Vicky.
Hmm.
Tina visits Clint. You want to talk a little about that, Derek? I know you love your Tina-centric moments.
Wait a minute. When did she? Oh, she visited Clint. You mean in the courtroom? When she came to the
Yeah, well,
courtroom?
I think she visited him in jail. She talks, and then she talks to Pete about the case.
I don't remember that part. I just remember her in the courtroom.
Maybe it was the courtroom. I thought they were in jail though. I can't remember.
Well, Tina went to the courtroom to for Clint's sentencing, and
Right.
she knew Clint didn't want her there, and Pete went up to her and warned her that you're just gonna do damage by being here. You're gonna make Clint react in a way that might hurt him. So I think you should leave. And Tina's like, no, I'm not going anywhere. Of course.
Of course. They always try to get rid of Tina and she'll never leave.
No, she does not
Never.
want to leave, so she stays there for a while. Well, she stays there for the sentencing, and Clint is found guilty. He has been found guilty, but he is sentenced to how many years in prison was it?
It was
10.
10
Which I
Ten.
feel
years.
like
10. Yeah, it was
10
10
years.
years.
Yeah,
And
because
that's
and I thought that was messed up because he said I don't want to the judge said I don't want to keep you away
Mhm.
from your kids, but 10 years is practically being away from your kids
Yeah,
for that long.
yeah, and then
I
Tina
think
goes up to Clint after the sentencing and says, "I'm really sorry, Clint. I didn't want things to turn out this way." And he, of course, reacts, "But like, of course you did." Like,
Of course you did.
yeah. 10 years I didn't think was that bad. I'm like,
no.
that's not bad for getting away with murder if they thought he
10 years
murdered
is not
somebody.
that bad
That's
Hmm.
the
from
minimum they said.
from that standpoint. What's the minimum for that standpoint? But But the judge said, I don't want to keep you
But
away
yeah.
from your kids for 10 years. In soap
Mhm.
opera time, that's a long ass time because you're 80. Because Kevin and
Yeah,
Joey are
Um,
adults by the mid 90s. So,
yeah. Gabrielle was in
right.
jail for 10 years. For
What was
real.
that?
Gabrielle, she was in jail for 10 years. She was from 91 to 2001. She was in
mhm,
jail.
When she came back, right?
Yeah.
I know that's kind of cool that they did that, but then they kind of messed up her
they
character,
messed it up. They
I
messed it
know.
up
I
so
love
bad.
Gabrielle still,
sadly.
but
Oh, here we go. Sorry, my cat's climbing in my lap and I can't see my um cat's up. Trying to get my water. Oh my goodness. All right, so Cassie and Delilah talk about Mimi. Larry fills Mimi in on Tracy's killing. She killed all these people, blah blah blah. Rafe worries about Vicky. Larry and Mimi talk about knocking Tracy out
Mm,
when she comes in, but I think that's when it's Delilah, I think. Betty helps Vicky. Betty. Claire.
I guess it was Claire, yeah.
Mhm.
Claire helps Vicky bust Tracy. I don't know where I got Betty from, damn it. I gotta rewatch this. Helps Vicky bust Tracy. Cassie and Delilah talk about finding a key. They're creeped out at Tracy's while looking for Mimi.
Hmm.
I guess they need a key to get in the thing.
The room,
I can't
yeah.
remember. Tracy, being the slickster that she is, drugs the coffee, which was pretty crazy.
That
Hmm.
was
To
crazy.
make
That
I did
was,
not see
I
that
like
coming
that.
either. I was
I
like,
like that.
"Oh."
She's like, oh, you drunk the coffee.
She is
yeah.
clever. I will give her that. She's
Yeah.
clever.
So all the nurses are drinking that coffee. I'm like, there's not one like I don't drink coffee. There's not one nurse that don't drink coffee.
No, right?
Mm.
Guess in 1986 everybody did, and for
Well,
Corey
yeah, and
Lyons.
also since it's a psych ward, I'm sure all those nurses were drinking coffee at the psych ward.
Yeah, that's true. They probably
Mhm.
do need to stay alert. Um, and she has her gun with her. Cassie and Delilah find the secret room. Betty warns Vicky that Tracy's there. Oh, Betty. Claire. I
Claire.
must have got Betty from somewhere, damn it.
I think she just looks like a Betty. I think that's what it was.
Maybe that's it, and I'll just call her Betty. It's funny that I got her name right the first time though, and then I
Yeah.
wrote Betty. Um, so Claire drinks the coffee. Um, so now everybody's free from the secret room. The girls look for a phone to warn Vicky. None of the phones are working,
Mm-mm.
of course. Larry takes Delilah's car and leaves them there, which I thought was odd. Why didn't they just all go together?
Yeah, why couldn't they just
Yeah,
all?
that was really weird.
That was odd. Yeah.
He just left
Yeah,
him
like
there to try to no like why can't he take him with him? I didn't get that.
Yeah.
right. I was
Where
confused
does
too.
Tracy live? Does she live in Lambview or does she live outside Lambview?
I
I
don't
think
think she lived. She didn't live in Landview, did
I don't
she?
know, but I felt like the house was like outside of town. I didn't feel like it was
Yeah, it did
Yeah,
feel
I think
like it
she's
was outside of
outside.
town.
yeah. Maybe it
From
was
But everything's
Corners.
like
Just kidding.
corners of Pine Valley.
every everything's really like 2 minutes away because they're all these,
Yeah.
they're always in different
Mhm.
scenes so quick. Um, Tracy reads Vicky's diary. Tracy goes into Vicky's room. She pretends to be Nikki again. Um, these were great scenes. Tracy gets Vicky to go for a walk. Um, then we have this Van Dyke guy calling.
Hmm.
What was
Mhm.
his name? Derek, you said it.
Brad
Bud? Bud
Vernon.
Van Dyke?
Brad Vernon. That's his
Yeah,
real
but what was his fake name? Bud Van Dyke or something?
something Van Dyke, yeah.
He calls for Connie to talk. Um, what? Oh, I guess Rob was on for a minute.
He was with Joy. Is he like that
Yeah,
was interesting.
yeah, and he's saying something about he wants family. I don't know. I was confused by that. I don't know if they were a couple because I thought she was with that other dude,
She's with
but I
Chip,
don't
as
know.
far as I know, unless something
Right?
happens we don't know about.
Yeah, probably
Mhm.
because this person didn't
Yeah.
But
report
Rob
it.
was married to Cassie, but they're having problems, so I guess they're getting divorced,
Mhm.
and
Yeah,
maybe he's with her now. I don't know.
yeah, we don't get much of that storyline. Um, Woody and Connie are hanging out. Connie goes to see what? No. Connie thinks Van Dyke is someone else. I guess she couldn't tell. I guess he's disguised.
Right.
Mhm.
Um, because he was involved with the David Rinaldi death.
Right. So what happened was Jenny and him faked David Rinaldi's death, and then David Rinaldi assumed his identity, Brad Vernon's identity. So that's why he's posing as this Van Dyke
Yeah, so he can't like come out as
guy.
himself, which
Right.
I think is pretty fucked up. Like you fucked your life up
For
for
this
this
person,
other
why?
person. Right. Like I can see you doing it for a family member.
But did
Um,
maybe David had something on him? I don't know, but that's the only way.
well, I looked it up too, and this is I know David was an agent, like an espionage agent of some sort,
Mhm.
David
which I
Michael
guess,
Zaslow from Guiding
Yeah, Michael Zaslow.
Light.
right, but why? Yeah, it's really weird. Like, why didn't they just fake his death
hmm
and then he just come up with a fake identity? I don't know. It was weird.
Yeah, strange.
It was really weird. Um, so this guy goes to Asa, Brad, and yeah, Brad Vernon. And Jenny can't come back to town because she's in hiding. I guess she's a part of that. So, but that's confusing too. So maybe, so she, I guess, changed her identity and went with
Mhm.
Rinaldi.
Jenny did.
Um,
Yeah,
Apparently.
yeah. And fun fact: David Rinaldi is actually Cassie's biological father.
Oh
That
yeah, I do
explains
remember that.
1998.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, that explains
yeah,
1998 when because
yeah.
because Cassie had a lot of scenes with
Hers her adopted
David
father,
Rinaldi.
and David Rinaldi's her biological father.
Okay,
Yeah.
mm,
that
I
explains
remember that.
1988 too.
Yeah,
Mhm.
when he comes back. Yeah,
When he comes back,
af-
yeah.
after they fired him off Guiding Light.
Oh, that pissed me off. We're not going to talk about that.
Hmm. Yep. Larry gets to the facility, the mental facility. Vicky is gone from the room. Um, the cop lady passes out. I guess I lost track of her name. Claire.
Claire.
She's on the stairs doing the very slow motion, like, oh,
Ooh,
I
oh,
can't
oh,
move.
I
I'm so
can't
tired.
need to, yes, need to save
Um,
Vicky from that crazy lady.
so how pissed were you with this? So Tracy tells Vicky she's living with Larry, and she's like, "Stop this game, Vicky." And special report. I was
Yes,
like, "Son of a bitch."
I had to rewind that. I was like, wait a minute.
I used to get so angry when those would come up when I would watch.
That's the one good thing we can watch our soaps everywhere else now because
Hmm.
that won't
Yeah,
ever happen. We can watch it on Hulu, General
never
Hospital.
get to
We can
see the
watch
Yeah,
content
Days of Our
ever
Lives
again.
never deals with that anymore.
Days is on Peacock. We
It's on
got
Peacock.
Y&R
We don't have
Gold on Paramount. So we have no more special reports, motherfuckers.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And even with Beyond the Gates, we're never gonna have a special report because you can just tune in to Paramount.
Hmm.
hmm
Coming up
So
on
yeah, I
Peacock.
was pissed because it was like a really good part.
It
It's like,
was.
and that's what usually did happen too. And you're like,
Uh-huh. I
yeah.
wonder what the news
anywho,
was. That's what then after I was like, I wonder what that
Baby
was.
Jessica, I guarantee you that's what it was.
Oh,
in
Baby Jessica.
'86,
Was it
I thought
86?
Baby
Maybe that
Jessica
was
was.
87. Okay, I thought it was 86.
Oh, okay.
I thought Baby Jessica was '88. So I'm not sure because I remember that.
No, but I
I know she was
remember.
born the same year as me, but so it couldn't have been 86 because she was
Yeah,
she was like two.
Maybe
I think she was like
I just
two.
remember watching Rags to Riches, and it was an ABC special or NBC special report came up, and I was in a really good part, and I was really angry because Jessica just got rescued.
on
Do
Rags to Riches.
you remember Rags to Riches?
Was it a show?
It was. It was Tisha Campbell, Heidi Ziegler. It was on.
No, I don't
It was a musical comedy, yeah, in the
Ooh.
80s. It was awesome. You should definitely watch it.
I'll have to look into it.
Yeah,
Probably on YouTube somewhere.
it is on YouTube. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So I guess Woody is involved with Connie because it appears that they're on a date. And she's like, she still loves Brad. Um, Brad, what? Brad says David and Jenny are alive. So I guess maybe that's when everybody found out in that time,
Mm.
or maybe I don't know what when soap fans knew this was a
Hmm.
thing. I don't know. I do know that I did look up. I do know that Jenny makes another appearance soon. I don't know if we'll see
Oh,
it.
she does come back.
It's in May of '86. So,
Okay,
but if this person didn't record it, then we ain't seen it.
we're
But it's
close.
only like one more appearance, so it's not going to be anything great.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, David has his identity, and they have to find another way to clear Vicky. Then I have Officer DeSalvo, so that is Claire as well. Claire
Okay,
DeSalvo is the
right, right.
undercover cop lady,
Not to be confused with the Savoy.
And Baby
or
Jessica was
or
87.
Betty.
I just looked it up.
Oh, there you go,
So it's
87.
not
So she
right.
was only so she was only one
She's only
when she was
one.
in the
She's
movie.
born in 86.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So Larry and Doc look for the Vicky for the Vicky for
The-
Vicky and Tracy. Tracy comes clean. She finds the tape recorder. Vicky blows a whistle, and we see that poor Claire can't move at the bottom of the steps. She's like, ah.
uh, uh,
Um,
uh.
Clint is back in court for the sentence. Tina arrives, which we already talked about. See, so
Mm,
she did visit Clint in jail. Because remember, Dorian had visited, Tina had visited. It was probably, not important, but I do remember they visited in jail because they sat across that table thing. Um,
Oh, right. I
and we
do
find
remember that. Yeah, they were
and
on
we
the same thing.
we find out that Bo is on a long honeymoon. So that's funny. So he's on literally on his honeymoon for as long as he's gone. I guess I wonder if they were going to recast them, and then this like I don't know what Robert S. Wood's deal was. Maybe he was going to California for a year and then decided to
Yeah,
move back. I
because I
don't
know
know.
he was on Days of Our Lives.
Yeah.
But they kept it open for his return,
Hmm.
apparently.
Hmm. Well, Pete
Um,
and Delia moved away. Is that what I'm thinking happened? Or they're just on a long honeymoon or something?
is that her name, Delia?
Not Delia. What's her name?
Dee Dee?
Dee
No.
Dee.
Dee Dee.
Yeah.
Dee Dee, yeah.
Hmm.
Who is Delilah's sister or Mimi's
She's
sister?
Connie and Joy's sister.
Connie and Joy's sister.
Yeah.
And she's related to somebody. Pamela comes by to Ace. I really like Pamela too.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I want more of her.
Yeah.
Tracy wants to tell Vicky her story. Vicky thinks about running for the door, and she's like, "Listen, I don't want to have to shoot you in the back." She'd rather, I guess, shoot her from the front, which is nice,
Hmm.
face to face.
How
Pete
sweet is
tries to get.
her?
I think so. I'm trying to be in Tracy's mental state. Um, Pete tries to get Tina to leave. She won't, which we already talked about. Tracy talks about um, a Susan coming along after her mama left her. Did her mama leave or die? Did you catch that?
I think she died.
Tracy, did she die?
Yeah.
And then
Mm,
Susan came along and her dad married her and she's all sad. And
Hmm.
I'll Be Seeing You is her mom and dad's wedding song, I guess, or
mm.
their song. I don't know.
Hmm.
It's kind of sad. And I'm like, oh, she's opening up. I wonder if she
She
told
does
this stuff to
have a
Dr.
sad
Polk.
backstory. I felt bad for her, kind of.
Yeah.
I wonder if she told this to Dr. Polk, though, like, as her shrink, or if she was just trying to, like, bag him
Yeah.
because he's a daddy. So I guess, yeah, she's looking for, like, a father figure, I guess,
Hmm.
Mm,
because of what happens next. So Susan apparently wished Tracy was dead at one point, and I guess Tracy tampered with her car. So when she went to the store,
mm,
she ended up going with her dad, and they both died.
mm.
Oops.
Uh-oh.
Um,
So
and
Tracy's learned how to do that at a very young age.
I want to know the backstory behind the signatures.
Yeah. about
Yeah, so
why she forged anybody's handwriting. Yeah, that would be interesting to know.
yeah, right? So Tracy snapped a long time ago.
One life to live will continue in a moment.
Probably, yeah, I mean, I guess she had the evil streak in her because she was going to kill her stepmother, and
Hmm.
then her dad died, and then she was just like, boop, out. And I don't know, I don't remember how old. I don't think she said how old she was.
She
Hmm.
said
But
she
of
mentioned
course,
she was in school, so it
Yeah.
had to be fairly young. Anything from
in
under
high
18 is
school,
fairly young. Maybe high school,
yeah,
middle school,
Mm.
high school. I don't
maybe.
know.
Well, how long had she been living with
Um,
her Aunt Ramona? Like, I know after her parents died, she went to live with her Aunt Ramona.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, not her parents, her dad and her stepmom. But yeah.
But for her to even kill her Aunt Ramona, who was like her only living relative, is
Yeah,
pretty brutal too.
right.
But if Aunt Ramona knew, then she got to go in Tracy's head. Um, so she basically wants Vicky to jump to her death off the building, and I guess she'll hold a gun on her until she does. That's the plan. We find out Clint gets 10 years in jail. Tracy gives her a note, to Vicky the note, and she's like, "What do you think?" She's like so like happy with herself that she was able to write this note as Vicky.
Hmm.
Um, and then Vicky screams Rafe, and it throws her off, and they have a little fight. And it was a good fight. This was a good fight.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And Vicky gets out of the room after a struggle. I like that. I like that Tracy can fight and Vicky can fight. That's
Yeah,
cool. Um, because how many times in Vicky's life has she had to fight? I don't really. She doesn't seem to be a fighter.
yeah, she is a
Um, or maybe as Nikki, she might be a fighter, but
yeah.
um, Tina talks to um, who? Oh, Pamela to make dinner plans.
Mhm.
So they want to meet up. Connie confronts Brad. Tracy chases Vicky and catches her because Vicky's stupid, hiding behind that big thing. If you just stayed there, you probably
Hmm.
would have been good. Why'd you have to come out? So she literally comes out. Tracy's like right over there. She's like, "Oh, gotcha, girl."
Mm.
Um, Brad tells Connie he is there to see Asa. They talk about Jenny not being able to come back. Tina sees Connie. Brad doesn't want to see Tina, I guess because Tina is kind of like Amy from General Hospital. I feel like she's like likes to gossip and she likes to tell things and maybe I know Amy doesn't blackmail though, as far as I know, but Tina does. So she likes to know the information just in case she
Mhm.
needs it.
And also, Amy was pretty annoying. Like,
She
she's
was
not
not
annoying.
annoying. New Amy was annoying. Old
Yeah.
Amy was
Oh,
good.
yeah, for sure.
I love old Amy.
No, we're talking about old Amy,
Um,
the OG.
Yeah.
um, Maggie tells Clint about Vicky and he tries to escape with all those people around. You ain't getting anywhere, fool. Tracy puts on the song for Vicky because it's her favorite song she had said earlier to her.
Hmm.
And Larry hears the song and he heads up to where they're at. Which is, I guess it's in the room right above, they said, I think.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Tracy talks to Vicky. She's like, "Well, look at it as a sacrifice for Larry. You love Larry, and you gotta die now for him." Um, he passes by the right by Claire, because Claire's still on the steps. She has not woken up. I don't know what she drugged them with, but yeah, I guess that makes you pass out for a very long time.
Yeah, I know she went into like some sort of closet or something. Like, I'm guessing it
Mhm.
was a medicine room or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had to be.
And she came out with like this little vial, and she poured it in there, but I don't know what it was.
I guess it's to sedate patients, and then
Yeah,
they're just all
Mhm.
knocked out, which was kind of funny to see all the nurses like laying around.
yeah, they were like this.
Um, So while I think Vicky sees like Larry like coming, I guess through the window thing, and then she gets shot. I was like, oh shit. That was
I was like, ooh.
Mhm.
um, yeah, so she shoots Vicky as Larry arrives. Back to Tina. And Tina questions Connie about who that man is. It's
Mhm.
Brad, and I guess he's hot. I wonder what their relationship was. I didn't look into that, what Tina and Brad, I
Mm.
didn't know.
Yeah,
I'm assuming Tina was
they're
involved with
probably
him,
involved at one point or another.
Mhm.
yeah, or with like Jenny or
Mhm.
espionage shit. Um, Ed arrives with the cops. Larry throws Tracy on the sofa, which was pretty cool. I wonder if that was really her, because it looked like a pretty good throw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
And
I
then
was impressed.
didn't she like climb on top of him too?
Yeah,
That was
of
funny.
course. Climb on their back,
That was funny.
and then he like throws her off, and then she runs out.
Yeah.
Oh, she does pull a gun on him first. Larry slaps Tracy, and then she escapes. I forgot about that. While he helps Vicky because he's worried, does Vicky got shot.
Mhm.
We find out, what did he shoot?
The tape player that was
There,
on her.
yeah.
The tape
Yeah.
recorder. So funny. I was like, I didn't even think of that. Why does that always get me? Of course, she got shot in the tape recorder.
Uh-huh.
Um, which Tracy, I feel like Tracy's too smart. She would have known she still had the tape recorder
Mhm.
on her.
Yeah.
Um, Connie says that Brad is a married man and she doesn't want anything to do with him and all this stuff. Well, he's married. You don't want to be the
Mhm.
what is it, the side piece. Some people do.
Yeah.
Stella.
Hmm.
Well, not really, because she wants to get whatever.
She wants
Anyway,
the package.
they're all different stories we can get into. Um, so when Tina hears of it, that it's a married man, she's like bored by the news. She's like, "Oh, is that all?" Like, isn't that the stuff you'd want so you can blackmail him if she does sleep with this Brett married man?
Right?
The press questions Ed about Tracy. Rafe makes a statement. Tracy gets to Claire and takes her gun, but she drops the tape in the meantime.
Mm.
Oh, Brad and Connie talk. She's mad that he's married, blah, 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 same kind of stuff. Vicky tells Larry about the tape. Rafe chases Tracy. This is where Delilah got on my nerves. Delilah gets there and she's like, be careful, be careful,
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
that
bitch.
part.
I'm trying to chase a crazy lady. Will you shut
Trying
the
to fix
fuck up? Number one,
go, so,
because
go
she's
somewhere and
standing
sit
there
down.
listening. Right? That's where Delilah. I'm like, I don't like
Do you
Delilah.
know if
I like,
Rafe and Delilah are married at this point? Because I know they're married later.
it seems like they could be
Yeah.
because of that, but I'm not sure if they
Yeah.
were.
I know
But
they're married in
I'm
'89. I don't know if they're married now.
assuming they're like dating because she does, she
Yeah.
wouldn't have acted like that otherwise.
Hmm.
But she was stupid. At
Hmm.
least help or something. Like, freaking weirdo. Um, Brad tells Connie he and Jenny were a sham, and it's all fake and all that. He explains the whole story to us, the audience. I
Hmm.
don't know if the audience, again, I don't know if that's how it went out and if everybody knew. I don't know. Tina tells Pam to move back into the mansion, to Ace's mansion,
Hmm.
um, because you can be closer to him and find out all this stuff, whatever.
Hmm.
Pete calls to meet with Tina. Brad talks about the what? Oh, the $2,000 opal, and that he gambled it and he won a lot of money. I'm like, oh, this sounds like a winner. And then they kiss and make sweet, passionate love. I guess she trusts him
I guess
Yeah.
because,
so.
like, I feel like that's pretty trusting. Like, he's telling you all this stuff, but you believe it.
Hmm.
Like, I feel like I would be like, I'm not sure. Like,
Hmm.
I don't know. But I don't know what Connie knew and what she didn't. Um, Ed says so. Oh yeah, back to Vicky. Ed says the tape wasn't checked yet, and they have to do that because, of course, Vicky's like, "Get Clint out. Clint. There's stuff you got to do first. Clint just can't
Yeah.
be let out.
Hmm.
He's a
Mhm.
convicted killer right now. You got to give it 5 minutes." Tracy goes to Land Fair.
Hmm.
And Tina gets home. So You think something's gonna happen to Tina, but nothing does. She goes to the
Oh,
secret room. I guess she knew about the secret room, or did
Yeah,
she?
I
I
was
wonder if
gonna
she.
ask you guys, or
yeah.
how did she know how to get into the secret room?
Yeah, because I know
How
at
did she
that
know it
point,
existed?
right? Like I don't know if she was like looking for because things are cut, so we don't know if she happened to be looking for a place or because I think there's
Mhm,
something that moves, and maybe she was like
Hmm.
grabbing the wall. I don't know.
mhm.
I feel like she had to know about it though,
There's no
because
way she would know about it.
you don't think she would know. Yeah, with
No,
remember
I mean,
though.
there's no like she had to know about it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I think she
because
found it. I'm thinking she found it by accident.
Maybe.
yeah, she could have.
I feel like she had prior knowledge, but they didn't really. We don't really know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to try to find out. So she gets very comfortable in the secret room.
Mm. Even learns how to
Um,
work the video and watch Tina.
and watch Tina. And what does she say? It's better than watching Dynasty.
Yeah.
Girl, love it. And as they were both on ABC, so they were not,
Mhm,
hurting another network. Pete tells Tina about Clint not being the killer. The game's over for you. Wrap shit up. This is it. She seems to want to fight for it. You want to
mhm,
talk a little bit about that, Derek?
What was it?
That Tina wants to fight for Landfair.
Oh, because she hears that Clint has been acquitted, and that Vicky is really Nikki. Nikki is really not. She's Vicky's only pretending to be Nikki.
mhm,
So
Right.
she's worried about her stake on Landfair, and she is worried about the Lord money, and she says she's going to fight for it. No one can take it away from her. I guess she's telling what's the guy's name? Her lawyer. I forget his name.
I thought it was Pete.
Oh, was
Wasn't
it
it
Pete?
Pete?
It was Pete. You're right. It was. She was talking to her lawyer when she was with Tracy, when Tracy
And
was
Pete's like
spying.
disappointed in her because
Yeah,
he's like, I thought you were better than this. I thought you actually wanted to
right.
care
You
for Vicky.
actually cared about your sister. She's like, I do, but the thing about Tina is her. She says she cares, but she cares more about money than anything else.
mhm.
And and she thinks she deserves
Yeah.
the right to be there. And
Oh
her
yeah.
this is her
Mhm.
Mhm.
yeah. So Ed tells Vicky he will release Clint. Tina says she ain't giving it up. She's gonna fight. She feels like she deserves the lifestyle. Pete is disappointed in her. Tracy is there with a gun. Dorian and Cassie talk about her and Rob, and he shows up. I think that's the end of the Rob and Dorian stuff. I guess this person cut out Dorian too, which makes me mad because I love
Mhm.
Dorian. We
Mhm.
only see a little bit of her.
Yeah.
He's
And didn't
he's
they
sitting
mention
Vicky.
Mitch at one point?
I think they did.
Yeah. So I think they're gearing up for Mitch to come back soon.
Yeah, I believe he
Yeah.
comes back for the summer.
Yeah.
He's Asa and Vicky talk. She wants Clint free, and he shows up. Yay! Clint is free.
Yeah.
Um, Tina and I don't know who. I think T was Tina with the reporter guy later.
Is that
It
who it
was not
was?
Pete. Later on, yeah, he was with
Yeah.
somebody else. I thought it was the reporter guy
Okay.
because they were
Oh,
talking,
'cause
and
he
that's
was
when
telling
she.
her like this is what you look like in the press, and
Yeah, yeah,
it's not looking good. People are kind of not on your side, like that. Yeah, that's right.
Mhm.
and that's when and Tracy's watching, and
Mm-hmm.
Connie and Brad talk, and he says he has to hide, and he breaks up with her. I'm like, so you just wanted a piece of ass,
Mm-hmm.
and now
Yes.
you dumped her. I'm like, I was just getting all invested in this,
Mhm.
and now this is how it's going to end.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to know what goes on with this.
Mhm.
Now, hopefully, we see it, the
Mm-hmm.
fallout.
Mhm.
Um, Clint and Vicky are worried about what Tracy might do next because she has not been caught and they do
Mhm.
not know where she's at. That's all I got for that. So, yeah, I love Tracy.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mhm. Me too.
like I don't know why she's endearing. Like Allison Perkins, I always liked Allison, but almost feel like she was so extreme sometimes. Like she was evil and never was was she never redeemed? I
No,
feel like
not
she was
really.
never,
No.
yeah, she was just always a crazy cult member. And I know Tracy, I don't know, I feel Tracy's different because
Mhm.
I don't know. You like kind of sympathize with her in a weird way, even though she was probably psychopath since she was a
Mhm.
kid, wanting to kill her stepmother.
I'm glad we got to hear her like backstory. Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, same.
So I
Yeah,
mean,
very
but she's a
cool.
very like well written, very intertwined character,
Mhm.
and I wish she
Hmm.
stuck around. I'm sure you guys too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we have her for a little bit longer because I
Hmm.
know how she kind of goes out. I didn't have to spoil her. I don't know if you guys did by looking things up, but um,
I read how she leaves, but I don't know
yeah, I
when she
think
I
we
leaves.
have
didn't,
her.
so I
Yeah.
don't want to spoil myself.
I think we have her till May, so I think we're good till at least then.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, I'll miss her though when she's gone,
Yeah,
but
me
I'll
too.
enjoy her until she's gone. Hopefully,
Mhm.
we still have her.
Hmm.
Um, because I can't imagine what you're gonna do now. Like you just have to hide in Landfair
Mhm.
and
I'm
stalk
thinking
people,
that she's
basically.
just going to be on the run for the rest of her run.
Yeah, she
Hey.
has she has
I
nothing.
mean, there's
Yeah,
really not much else you can do with her. Just keep her on as long as you can. Just keep her
Mhm.
not to be on the run.
right, right.
Yeah.
She's pretty much written into a corner. So,
Yeah,
um, yeah, and I know we
Literally,
get Alice.
because she's in the
secret room. Yeah,
room. Yeah.
I think I think when Mitch returns, I think Allison Perkins does come on.
yeah.
I
She does
believe.
come on the 86,
Yeah,
and so does
which is funny. Which is funny. She must not have been on long because she is in 1987's As the World Turns.
oh,
Mhm.
really? Okay.
That's
So it was a
not
short-term
actually
role
on.
in the beginning, and then she comes back later,
Yeah,
long-term.
yeah, she was on it long term when she came back in the thousands.
Because I know that Maria comes on, Gord's mother and Gord come on
Mhm.
soon, and Maria and Allison Perkins are plotting together. So I know that.
Yeah, I'm excited to see everything that's coming. I
Yeah.
don't really know much about 80s One Life to Live, so
Mhm.
besides just like, the big event things
It's the
kind of.
golden era of One Life to Live.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The Paul Rouse
But
years.
I also feel like One Life to Live has always been consistently good.
Mhm.
I
It
agree.
only lost me a little bit when Dorian was written off in 98 or 99.
Yeah.
I don't remember her being
I
written off it.
When
she
Mel
was.
after it was a little after Mel died.
Okay. Did she
Yeah,
come back shortly after that, though?
she came back in 2003.
Mhm.
Okay.
Um
So
with Mitch Lawrence when she was married to Mitch.
Mhm.
that's right. Yeah.
So,
I remember that.
yeah, but that's kind of when I got out of it. But then I was in it again too. There was like I was kind of in and out of One Life because I always loved Blair too. So when I found out Blair was doing stuff, I would watch
Mhm.
and stuff.
Hmm.
But yeah, this was
No,
good
One
stuff.
Life to Live is always like I think the best written ABC soap for sure,
I agree. I
and
agree.
Mhm.
Consistently,
consistently,
consistently.
yeah. And I think they should have kept that on the air as opposed to General Hospital, even though I love General Hospital. But
The ratings were better on One Life to Live, so it made no sense to cut it.
I think it was because it was taped in New York and it was so highly cost to produce. I think that's why they got
You're
rid of
you're probably right. Yeah.
it.
Well, they moved. Did they? They only moved All My Children. They didn't move One Life to
They moved
Live.
Yeah,
All
they
My
only use all my
Children to
children.
California, but not One Life. They should have moved One Life to California and kept it on the air.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, All My Children, I loved that too, so I wouldn't want that to go off there either.
Yeah, I didn't want any of them to go off
Um,
the air, to be honest with you.
oh no, I would never have wanted them off. I saw why All My Children did, but All My
Mhm.
Children redeemed itself in its last 3 years. I felt like they got
Mhm.
Oh
really good.
yeah,
And
I
once Angie and Jesse came back, I felt
Mhm.
like it was All My Children again. But it lost its way
Mhm.
for a little bit. They
I
killed Dixie
watched
with
it
the poison
all.
pancakes. They brought Julia back and killed her. Like, what are you doing? Like, it
Yeah.
was just lost.
No, I watched
Um,
it pretty regularly in the 2000s, and I loved it. I still loved it. I
Yeah.
loved
yeah,
what she didn't she was Kendall because I liked Kendall's first run with Sarah Michelle Gellar, but like I really like Alicia Vinchu's take on the character.
Me
It's like
too.
watching it, and I loved Greenlee, and I love their relationship. That was always fun to
I'm
watch.
not a huge fan of Greenlee, but I'm not a huge fan of Greenlee. She does get on my nerves sometimes.
Yeah,
Not that I hate Greenlee. She just gets on my nerves.
she did get.
And
I could see that. Yeah,
yeah, but I do love Rebecca Budig, so
yeah.
I was there for that.
Hmm.
Well, you don't, I mean, I feel like all characters get on your nerves at some point. Like, I love Dorian too, but sometimes she got on my nerves because I'm like, girl, like,
Yeah.
you just get yourself into your own situations. Like, if you wouldn't have done this one little thing, it would have spiraled your family into hating you again. Like, I mean, it's just, so there's always little things about people, like Blair,
Yeah.
like, I love Blair, but I'm not gonna love, I didn't, so I used to love Todd and Blair. But then when I look back on it, I'm like, she was so mentally abused by him
She
Mhm.
was.
that I'm kind of over that. So if they ever brought it back, I would not want them to two together. They were toxic,
I
and
was not a Todd fan. I
yeah,
always felt like, why are they writing? Like everyone loved him, and I'm like, why does everyone love him? He's
I wasn't,
toxic. He's not a good
I wasn't
person,
either.
and he constantly like he's horrible to Blair. He raped Marty. Like, why do you root for this
Yeah,
character?
and he
I
slapped
never
Taya.
understood. Yeah, he slapped Taya. Like, yeah.
Yeah, he really didn't have many redeeming qualities.
Hmm.
I did like how Todd and Blair got together, and I thought he was on the way to redemption.
Hmm.
Um, but then, yeah, he just never redeemed, in my opinion.
What did I say?
No, but I liked what's his name? The guy who played Todd and then was real Victor. What's his Trevor St. John.
Yeah,
Percy
I
Trevor
John, yeah.
liked
St.
his
John.
take on the character a
But
lot better.
I
I
did
did
too.
love. I think the only thing that that I really liked about Todd was his relationship with Vicky.
Hmm.
They had a really
Yes,
good sister and brother
it
relationship.
it was, but she never got through to him. Like he would always do
Never
the
got
But it's
through
opposite
to
Todd.
shit.
Like, do you expect anybody to get through to him? No. Like,
Like
it's
when
him.
Todd.
He
he
like
kidnapped his,
tried was the one who could get closest though, for sure.
he sold his own baby, like because he thought it was
That
Max's.
was
Like,
crazy. That was yeah.
uh, how could Blair have forgiven him after that? Like that's just
There's no
like
way.
no,
There's
there's no
no way
way.
she would ever forgive him for that, and she did.
Right. She did it for 10 years, but I don't know. I don't know. I have a lot of issues with Todd myself.
Mhm.
Again, Roger Howard's a great actor.
Yeah, he is.
It was fun to have a character like that because you kind of want to see him suffer. So, I mean,
Hmm.
whatever. But
I
yeah.
wanted to go back real quick to when Clint was in the courtroom, and then he like
Mhm.
I guess a fight or something broke out, and then like the camera, it was like a journalist or a cameraman got hit by the door,
Oh yeah.
Oh,
flies
really?
across the room.
Well, when Clint escapes?
Yeah, when he escapes, yeah, and then they have to,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and then like, and then I think somebody had to hold Clint down, and
Yeah,
then
it did look like something happened, right?
no. Okay, so he flew across the room. He got on top, like the Clint got on top of the guy because you can see him like in the from the corner just moving. So I guess it wasn't that bad, but like that was crazy. I had to rewind
Yeah. I I wonder if somebody actually got hurt because it almost looked like the camera like shook a
that.
little bit, like something hit it. Yeah, I did notice that.
Yeah, that was crazy. It's insane.
Yeah,
But I was like,
I guess when the actors are in it, man, they're in
yeah, when you're in it,
it.
you're in it. Yeah.
In the moment, he was trying to get out to save his
Hmm.
woman.
Mhm.
But anything else we got for today's One Life?
No, I'm just looking forward to what happens next.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I hope we
and
see
again,
more than what this time that we saw. Like the edits are a lot better, and we can see more.
Hmm.
yeah, and again, we want to do a watch of One Life to Live. So if you comment below, let us know what you would like to see, and we'll do a watch on our Patreon exclusively. And you'd have to join our Patreon to watch it. The $3 tier is our daytime tier. But we have a lot of stuff over there. We have 90210.
On the
There's
$6 tier.
original music.
On, We have what music? Oh yeah, with
Your
original music, that is important because it is definitely takes away from it when it's crappy music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else we got? As the World Turns watches. We're going to be doing General Hospital watches for Thanksgiving. The Quartermains. Oh, we
Yay.
have a Sam special. Derek's working on a Sam special for General Hospital watchers.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of stuff coming up. And thank you to our regular subscribers. Subscribe, like, and comment. Thanks for joining Queers and Soaps for today. And we'll see you next time with some more One Life to Live.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.